Your sewing sucks and your clothes look homemade, but you don't know why.
You suck at sewing, yes, you totally suck.
It's okay, I'll show you how to make it better. And in this video, I'll show you 6 tips to help you elevate your sewing so you can sew the garments that you start sewing to have. Okay, so the first one that I want to show you is the grain line. Now, what is the grain line, you may ask? Good question. Now, if you look at your pattern piece, you'll probably have this line that's running along it. This line you need to align parallel to the grain line of the fabric itself. Now you can know the grain line of the fabric by looking at the stamped edge, which is called the selvage, which is the grain line. So you need to make the pattern piece parallel to that line. If you tilt your pattern piece against the grain line, this will be called a bias. You don't want to do that. Your garment will be twisting and not draping well. Second thing that I want to talk about is pressing the seams. Now, I know you heard this a gazillion times, but for a good reason. Your sewing project, with and without pressing, is 2 universes apart. Every single seam that you sew, you need to press open or to one side. And don't be lazy, it's worth it. I just realized that I put the most important tip that I want to share in the last spot, but I know you fuckers are not gonna watch till the end, so I'm just gonna say it now. Tote bags. Now, what I mean by this, stop making stupid sewing projects. A lot of tutorials will tell you to start making tote bags or bed sheets or pillowcasing, but it's not true. In every sewing project, you need to learn new techniques. And if you sew million bed casing or pillow sheets or whatever the fuck, you won't learn these techniques that you want. Look, just learn your sewing machine. Look at every stitch that you have and learn how and when to use them, and get 2 pieces of fabric together and use every stitch. Try them out, get the hang of them. Then ask yourself why you started sewing. You probably started sewing to make your dream dress or pants or jacket. Good, just start learning them. Now, of course, your first few attempts are not gonna be good, but they're not gonna be good even if you do all these training projects, because your first new project won't be good anyway. But just keep trying, and you'll see in the 3rd or 4th attempt, you will nail it. But of course, if it makes you feel more confident, maybe try a tote bag. It is good. It will teach you how to make a straight stitch, how to make a couple of techniques. Whoa, that guy was getting tilted about this. If you like that advice, you can help me with a like on this video, maybe subscribe. Now, the 4th thing is don't rush or cut corners. In sewing, small things make big differences. There's many times that I sew a project, I look at a tutorial, and I rush things. I don't finish an edge or I don't press a seam. And then as soon as I resume the video, Cornelius Quiring appears and tells me that if you made this mistake, which I did, just burn the whole project down. It's not worth it. Give up. My advice is to watch this segment of the video that you will be going to sew. For example, the fly of the pants. Watch it all, then go back and follow step by step as you sew. This way, you'll be more familiar with what you will be sewing. The 5th advice that I have is make samples. Now, if you make a new project, you probably mess it up the first few times. So stop wasting your fabric and time and make samples with cheap fabric. Now, even if the pattern is your size, guess what? Everyone's body is different and you probably end up with making small adjustments. Now, when you make a sample, buy cheap cloth like muslin, or even better, go to a thrift store and buy bed sheets or curtains and use the fabric instead. This will give you a large amount of fabric for cheap price, especially if you draft your own patterns. You're gonna need a lot of samples. Now, the last advice that I have is, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably true. For example, sometimes I align two pieces of fabric and one of them is longer than the other. This shouldn't be happening. It doesn't feel right, but I keep sewing and the final product just doesn't sit right. And a lot of times just things don't go smoothly and it doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you make small mistakes in the beginning that you half-assed and you say that it's okay, I'll fix it as I sew, and surprise, surprise, it doesn't disappear magically. And the final product is not what you hoped for and you feel disappointed. Okay, that's it. 6 sewing tips that will elevate your sewing and hopefully your clothes don't feel like they are homemade or something like that. Now, as you can see, I am new to these videos, so I would like if you help me with a like and subscribe. And the most important thing is to comment on what that I can do better. Thank you.